reject, but no, I'm too far to ever connect. I circle slowly, tracing the path we made, a memory loop that constantly gets played. I send out signals that never reach your shore, just endless yearning for the love we had before. I try to call, but there's no frequency left, only the silence stealing what I've kept. A satellite heart stuck in a cold rotation, waiting for a sign, a moment of salvation. I revolve around the memory of your light, lost in the darkest corner of the night. Every cycle is just proof I can't come home. Forever distant, forever alone. The stars are blurring, I can't tell which way is up. I drink the bitter sorrow from this empty cup. They say the moon controls the rhythm of the sea, but who controls the pull you still have on me? I'm made of metal, rusted and detached, a fragile vessel that was poorly patched. I send out signals that never reach your shore, just endless yearning for the love we had before. I try to call, but there's no frequency left, only the silence stealing what I've kept. A satellite heart stuck in a cold rotation, waiting for a sign, a moment of salvation. I revolve around the memory of your light, lost in the darkest corner of the night. Every cycle is just proof I can't come home. Forever distant, forever alone. I wish I could break free from this gravity, but my whole existence is defined by your scarcity. I'm just a shadow following your track, knowing I'll never ever be able to turn back. Satellite, just a satellite heart, so cold, yeah. This song describes the profound sense of emptiness, an isolation experience when returning to a shared space after the departure of a loved one. The key still turns, the hinges barely squeak. I step inside and the floorboards seem to speak. They whisper of the laughter we once made. Now every sound is just a slow parade of silence. It hangs heavy in the air, a suffocating truth that you're not there. Your side of the closet is neatly undone, a battle lost before the day was won. I try to breathe, but my lungs refuse to take the atmosphere that heartbreak loves to make. I hear the echo of a forgotten tune, just me and the unforgiven afternoon. The silent room is screaming out your name, a guilty cage fueled only by the flame of what we were and what will never be. Four walls are closing, suffocating me. The clock on the mantle stopped at 3:10. The moment you walked out, I never came in again. It's just a room, but it feels like a tomb, trapped here in the quiet, staring at the gloom. The coffee stain is still beside your chair, tiny monument to you being there. I didn't clean it, scared the memory. My in the harsh, unforgiving light. I leave the TV off, I can't stand the noise. It interrupts the phantom of your voice. The shadows stretch, they crawl across the floor, reminding me that you won't walk through that door. I try to breathe, but my lungs refuse to take the atmosphere that heartbreak loves to make. I hear the echo of a forgotten tune, just me and the unforgiven afternoon. The silent room is screaming out your name, a gilded cage fueled only by the flame of what we were and what will never be. Four walls are closed and suffocating me. The clock on the mantle stopped at 3:10. The moment you walked out, I never came in again. It's just a room, but it feels like a tomb, trapped here in the quiet, staring at the gloom. I press my head against the cold window pane, hoping the wind can blow away the pain. But the silence is a blanket, heavy and thick, a constant reminder of the heart you broke quick. Silent room, just let me sleep. I can't hear my own heart. The silence is too deep, too shifts and fades to black, I blink. The world outside is moving, cars are rushing past, but here inside the shadows hold me fast. My coffee's cold, my phone battery is dead. I'm living only in the things you said. A broken record playing in my head. I wish the time could stop when I'm misled. My heart is shattered, laid out on the floor like pieces of glass, demanding something more. I'm waiting for the moment the pain subsides, but there's no reset button for the tide. My clock still ticks, merciless and slow, telling me the seconds keep on passing though. I beg the universe for a pause, a break to heal the promises you chose to take. The world keeps spinning, laughing, breathing free. Why does it get to move on without me? The clock still ticks, ignoring every tear, marking the cold passage of a lonely year. I saw your friend today, they looked so bright. They asked if I was doing just alright. I lied, of course, I painted on a smile, pretending I survived for a little while. They talked about the future, summer plans, while I'm still stuck here holding grains of sand out there. They talk of tomorrow and next week, when my whole life is silent and oblique. My heart is shattered, laid out on the floor like pieces of glass, demanding something more. I'm waiting for the moment the pain subsides, but there's no reset button for the tide. The clock still ticks, merciless and slow, telling me the seconds keep on passing though. I beg the universe for a pause, a break to heal the promises you chose to take. The world keeps spinning, laughing, breathing free. Why does it get to move on without me? The clock still ticks, ignoring every tear, marking the cold passage of a lonely year. This track uses the setting of a rainy day, a traditional time for reflection and melancholy, to confess the true depth of the sadness and the difficulty of pretending everything is fine. The sky is gray, just like the mood inside, a perfect blanket for the truth I try to hide. The window pane is weeping, matching every tear. Finally the atmosphere is holding on my fear. I don't have to pretend that I'm strong today. The world assumes the rain, just wash the light away. I'm stripped of my armor, the facade is gone. Just me and this cold, relentless downpour till dawn. I open my mouth and the words start to fall, stuttering troops against the bathroom wall. I couldn't say it when the sun was shining bright, but the darkness gives permission to lose the fight. This is my rainy day confession, a bit of broken, heavy, sad possession. I confess I miss your voice, the way you smiled. I confess I haven't slept in quite a while. I confess I check your profile late at night, praying for a signal, a flicker of your light. This is the only day I let the mask slide down before the sun comes out, and I put back my crown. I put back my crown. I told my friends that I was better off alone, that moving forward felt like stepping on a stone. I painted you the villain, made myself the saint, but honestly the lines are fuzzy, blurry, faint. We both were drowning in the silent sea of lies, and the rescue boat just sailed right past our eyes. Now the rain outside is cleansing everything, but the ache in my memory still has its sting. I open my mouth and the words start to fall, stuttering truths against the bathroom wall. I couldn't say it when the sun was shining bright, but the darkness gives permission to lose the fight. This is my rainy day confession, a bit of broken, heavy, sad possession. I confess I miss your voice, the way you smile. I confess I haven't slept in quite a while. I confess I check your profile late at night, praying for a signal, a flicker of your light. This is the only day I let the mask slide down before the sun comes out, and I put back my crown. I'm tired of being fine, I'm tired of the fight. I just wanna close my eyes and feel the world turn right. Let the cold water wash away the sin of loving you, the sin of letting you in. Just a rainy day, just a few more drops, and tomorrow the confession stops. I'll be fine tomorrow. I walk the street we used to walk on Sundays, trying hard to navigate through different ways. I kept my eyes down, focused on the cracks, but every corner just throws your memory back. You're ordering coffee by the window pane, your silhouette against the falling rain. But when I blink, the image disappears, leaving just the echo ringing in my ears. It isn't real, I know it's just my mind, a cruel hallucination I can't leave behind. My heart is playing tricks to keep you near, turning every stranger into you, my dear. You're the ghost of yesterday, walking by my side, a phantom touch I desperately try to hide. You sit across the table in the vacant chair, with the scent of your cologne still heavy in the air. Oh, I can't escape this haunting, this constant dread, living laid a brand new cure, but every space you touched, it shines so bright, illuminating absence in the darkest night. I hear your laughter in the passing crowd, so clear and certain, not a single sound allowed to block the frequency where we connect. A silent promise that you will protect the pain. It isn't real, I know it's just my mind, a cruel hallucination I can't leave behind. My heart is playing tricks to keep you near, turning every stranger into you, my dear. You're the ghost of yesterday, walking by my side, a phantom touch I desperately try to hide. You sit across the table in the vacant chair, with the scent of your cologne still heavy in the air. Oh, I can't escape this haunting, this constant dread, living life with your shadow, where your body used to tread. The ghost of yesterday won't let me be, forever bound to this broken memory. Maybe if I called your name into the breeze, the illusion will crumble, finally put my heart at ease. But I'm afraid of silence. If you don't reply, it means the ghost is gone and the memory must die. Ghost of yesterday, why won't you let me go? This track focuses on the process of writing down all the feelings, regrets and desperate questions that the singer couldn't say during the relationship or breakup, knowing the letter will never actually be mailed. The pen is shaking, ink bleeds on the page, a desperate monologue I can't assuage. I've torn up 20 drafts of simple hello, trying to find the place where the pain begins to grow. I start with the weather, then quickly move to blame, and soften it with memories of whispering your name. I write about the nights I cried myself to sleep, and all the secrets that I promised I would keep. It's everything I needed you to hear, every explanation that would make things clear, but the truth is heavy, a weight I cannot lift. So this paper prison is my final gift. This is the unsent letter, sealed with a silent tear, holding all the burdens I carried through the years. The words are sharp, they pierce the flimsy sheet, 1,000 confessions that I can't complete. I'll fold them neatly, put it in a drawer, because some battles aren't meant to be fought anymore. The silence speaks louder than this desperate prose. This is the goodbye that nobody knows. Do you ever wonder if I'm doing fine? Do you remember the last look that crossed another line? I ask you questions I already know the answer to, like if the new girl ever looks the way I do. I wrote down the moments when I felt the shift, the subtle turning that led to this lonely drift. I should have fought harder, maybe held on tight, but those are things you can only write in the pale light. It's everything I needed you to hear, every explanation that will make things clear, but the truth is heavy, a weight I cannot lift. So this paper prison is my final gift. This is the unsent letter, sealed with a silent tear, holding all the burdens I carried through the years. The words are sharp, they pierce the flimsy sheet, 1,000 confessions that I can't complete. I'll fold it neatly, put it in a drawer, because some battles aren't meant to be fought anymore. The silence speaks louder than this desperate prose. This is the goodbye that nobody knows. rest space is blank. I'm looking upon. This isn't the girl who walked beside your hand. She seems so fragile, built on shifting sand. You took the confidence piece by piece, leaving just the broken remnants of my peace. The glass is cold, the reflection is distorted. All the happy memories have been aborted. I touched the surface where a fissure runs deep, a metaphor for promises you couldn't keep. It's a cracked mirror showing what you made of me, a fractured portrait of vulnerability. See the hairline split across my brow, a constant reminder of where I am right now. I try to gather the pieces, put myself back whole, but every fragment only hurts my soul. I don't know who I am when you're not here, just a cracked mirror reflecting doubt and fear. I used to love the girl you used to praise, the one who walked through life in a comfort and haze. She laughed too loudly, dreamed too big and far, but now she's hiding, nursing every scar. I try to fix the damage with cheap perfume, to mask the emptiness of this lonely room, but the mirror always tells the honest truth, showing the erosion of my vibrant youth. The glass is cold, the reflection is distorted. All the happy memories have been aborted. I touch the surface where a fissure runs deep, a metaphor for promises you couldn't keep. It's a cracked mirror showing what you made of me, a fractured portrait of vulnerability. See the hairline split across my brow, a constant reminder of where I am right now. I try to gather the pieces, put myself back whole, but every fragment only hurts my soul. I don't know who I am when you're not here, just a cracked mirror reflecting doubt and fear. I close my eyes and try to remember her face, the girl before the ending, the one full of grace. I have to find her hidden somewhere deep inside, and leave the shattered image where the shadows rise. Cracked mirror. Maybe one day I'll be solid again. But not today. This track captures the exhausting, slow and drawn out process of separating from someone. The emotional whiplash of constant arguments, temporary reconciliations, and the realization that the ending was not one sudden event, but a series of painful farewells. We didn't end with one dramatic fight, no single moment plunged us into night. It was a slow decay, a creeping cold malaise, a silent war throughout 1,000 days. We said goodbye on Tuesday in the car, then took it back before we reached the bar. We ended things by text message late at night, and woke up tangled, clinging to the light. My heart is bruised from all these false alarms, the pulling close, the pushing from your arms. We broke the promise, then we taped it shut, repeating the cycle, stuck inside this rut. It took 1,000 goodbyes for us to part, a slow amputation of the fragile heart, 1,000 moments standing at the door, swearing we couldn't take this pain anymore. We lingered too this final weary blow, because I can't survive another chance to let you go. There are no words left, no tears left to cry. This isn't sadness, it's just pure goodbye.
This track uses a metaphor of space and stars to represent feeling aimless and completely lost. After the breakup, as the person who was once the singer's guiding star is gone, is gone. We built a universe inside these walls, a perfect galaxy that shielded us from falls. You were my North Star, steady, clear and bright, the only constant in this night. I charted my entire life around your pull, believing our connection was unbreakable. But one night the light just flickered and went dark, leaving a gaping cold and an empty mark. Now I'm drifting, spinning out of control, a lonely satellite searching for my goal. The maps are useless, the compass is wrong. How do I find my way when the guiding star is gone? I am a lost constellation, scattered and undone. Every single point of a light erased by the sun. I wander through the blackness, searching for a sign, but all the stars are strangers, none of them are mine. I used to know exactly where I needed to be, but without your light I'm just vast emptiness. You see, a lost constellation, forever doomed to roam, so far from you and so far from my home. They say the stars are dead before they shine, but maybe what we have is past its time. What's the connection? Just an echo from the start, a beautiful illusion designed to break my heart. I try to find comfort in the passing moons, but they offer no solace, no gentle loving tunes. A orbiting silence, cold and crystallized, a broken piece of heaven you carelessly disguise. Now I'm drifting, spinning out of control, a lonely satellite searching express is the desperate longing for closure or answers, feeling that every side breeze, a sound might carry a secret message or an explanation from the missing lover. I sit outside on the highest hill, waiting for the rush, waiting for the chill. The air is moving, rustling through the leaves, carrying secrets that the lonely heart believes. I strain my ears past the traffic and the noise, searching for the cadence of your familiar voice. Did you leave a message in the atmosphere? A single word to conquer all my fear. I asked the sky if you were thinking of me now. I asked the clouds to tell me where and how, but all I get is the brush of a cool stream, an echo telling me it was only a dream. It's just whispers in the wind, empty sounds that lie, pretending that your presence hasn't said goodbye. I try to catch a syllable, a reason or a name, but the breeze just laughs and plays a cruel silent game. I'm chasing shadows in the fading afternoon, hoping that the answer will arrive too soon. But it's only whispers in the wind, turning soft and low, telling me the things I don't wanna know. I swore I heard you call me down the hall, right before the plaster started to crack and fall. I ran to the doorway, my heart began to pound, but all that met me was the desolate sound of nothing, just a ceiling fan turning slow, and the empty promises that come and go. I pick up stray leaves and I hold them to my ear, hoping they can tell me what I couldn't hear. I asked the sky if you were thinking of me now. I asked the clouds to tell me where and how, but all I get is the brush of a cool stream, an echo telling me it was only a dream. To be heard, maybe closure is an unpronounceable word. The wind is just the wind, it doesn't hold your grace, it only cleanses out this empty space. Whispers in the wind, just
This track represents a final, fragile moment of hope or beauty in a time of extreme coldness and pain, only to have that hope immediately wither away, confirming the inevitable end.
The world is white, the branches stand so bare, a frozen canvas painted everywhere. I thought the color had been drained for good, that nothing beautiful could be understood. In this long silence, this deep icy sleep, where broken promises are buried deep. Then by the fence, where the frost still clings, I saw the smallest, fragile hidden thing. A tiny flower pushing through the snow, defying winter, struggling to grow. It felt like magic, a sign you might come back, a sudden flash of color on the cold hard track. You were my winter's last bloom, a beautiful mistake, a final fleeting moment, for goodness sake. I held my breath, afraid to look away, believing you could bring back yesterday. But the sunlight hit the ice, sharp and cold and true, and the petals withered just like me and you. A precious perfect ending that was never meant to last, just a single bloom to prove the beauty's in the past. I reach my hand out, trying not to touch
Afraid that loving it would hurt too much. It looks so brave against the crushing freeze, ignoring nature's powerful decrees. It symbolized the final prayer I sent, the last of my emotion, foolishly spent. A tiny gasp of life before the end, a hope I couldn't break, couldn't quite bend. I thought of all the times we said we'd try again, those momentary thoughts that conquered all the pain. It felt like magic, a sign you might come back, a sudden flash of color on the cold dark track. You were my winter's last bloom, a beautiful mistake, a final fleeting moment, for goodness sake. I held my breath, afraid to look away, believing you could bring back yesterday. But the sunlight at the ice, sharp and cold and true, and the petals withered just like me and you. A precious perfect ending that was never meant to last, just a single bloom to prove the beauty's in the past. I watched you fall, resigned and soft and slow, accepting that some things are not meant to grow. And now the winter is complete and whole, it finally took the last piece of my soul.
No more spring.
This track uses the imagery of an empty playground swing to represent lost joy, trust, and the innocence that was broken by the pain of the relationship. I found the old park where we used to hide beneath the ancient oak, just side by side. We talked the future, silly dreams we chased in this small patch of grass, our sacred space. I remember laughing, reaching for the sky as you would push me, watching the world fly by. The rust is thicker now, the wood is chipped and worn, just like the hope I had the day that you were born to leave. The chains are creaking in the lonely breeze, a sound of sadness rustling through the trees. It's moving slightly, gently to and fro, a phantom rocking where you used to go. There's the empty swing, holding all our past, the weight of memories that move too fast. It symbolizes joy that turned to dread, the innocence and trust that we both bled. I sit beside it on the splinter wood and wish I could go back and be misunderstood. Instead of hurt, this empty swing won't lie, it waits forever for the person who won't fly. We made a pact beneath the peeling pain, that love like ours would never grow so faint. We carved our names into the rough bark deep, a foolish promise that we couldn't keep. I wonder if you ever drive this way and see the shadow of our younger day. Do you feel the pull, the ache in your chest for the quiet, perfect moments we put to rest? The chains are creaking in a lonely breeze, the sound of sadness rustling through the trees. It's moving slightly, gently to and fro, a phantom rocking where you used to go. There's the empty swing, holding all our past, the weight of memories that move too fast. It symbolizes joy that turned to dread, the innocence and trust that we both bled. I sit beside it on the splinter wood and wish I could go back and be misunderstood. Instead of her, this empty swing won't lie, it waits forever for the person who won't fly. that captures the intense, intrusive thoughts and anxiety that plague the singer during the worst hours of insomnia, where every fear and regret is magnified in the early morning darkness. The house is silent, the neighbors are asleep. It's the dead hour when the shadows start to creep. My body's tired but my mind is wide awake, running through the choices I regret I had to make. I checked the time a minute ago, it was 3:59. Now the glowing red says 4 and nothing feels fine. The filter's gone, the guard is down a week, and every painful truth is all my conscience speaks. It's the hour for the demons and the ghosts of our past, when the memories are sharper, too vivid and too fast. I wish I had a volume button just to turn you down. Before I am's the quietest, loneliest sound in town. These are my 4 AM thoughts, the kind that twist and bind. The questions I can't answer, the peace I cannot find. Did you ever really love me? Was I easy to forget? These cruel, uninvited truths are hitting me, yeah. I replay the ending, frame by agonizing frame, and whisper to the darkness that I'm calling out your name. Oh, I hate this hour where my mind won't let me rest. Oh, just tearing out the feelings buried deep inside my chest. I trace the patterns on the bedroom wall, trying hard to think of absolutely nothing at all. I count the breaths, I try to meditate, but 4 AM won't let me change my fate. I remember how you used to hold me tight and chase away the worries of the endless night. Now I'm the one who's reaching out to air, finding just the cold, the emptiness and despair. It's the hour for the demons and the ghosts of our past, when the memories are sharper, too vivid and too fast. I wish I had a volume button just to turn you down. Before AM's the quietest, loneliest sound in town. These are my 4 AM thoughts, the kind that twist and bind. The questions I can't answer, the peace I cannot find. Did you ever really love me? Was I easy to forget? These cruel, uninvited truths are hitting me, yeah. I replay the ending, frame by agonizing frame, and whisper to the darkness that I'm calling out your name. Oh, I hate this hour where my mind won't let me rest. Oh, just tearing out the feelings buried deep inside my chest. Oh, just hold on till the sun breaks through the pain, and daylight will wash away the driving rain. But 4 AM says morning is still miles away, and you must face the consequences of the day. 4 AM, 4 AM, 4 AM. I just wanna sleep. This track explores the painful paradox of feeling trapped in the comfortable yet destructive memories of a past relationship. A cage made of soft, luxurious velvet, making it hard to leave the pain behind. 'Cause the memories were once so beautiful. The walls are painted softest, muted gray, the kind of color where you love to stay. The memories here are warm, the sheets are silk and fine. This beautiful confinement feels almost divine, but outside the window, freedom waits for me. A brighter heart, a real liberty. I choose to stay behind the locked ornate door, clinging to the comfort I can't have anymore. It looks like heaven, but the bars are made of steel, hidden by the velvet touch that I can still feel. I'm trapped inside the ghost of a perfect home, afraid to step outside and truly be alone. This is my velvet cage, where beauty hides the pain. A luxurious prison built out of pouring rain. It's easy to forget that I'm supposed to run when every corner reminds me of the love we've spun. The cushions are soft, the light is always low, but every gentle whisper tells me not to go. I'm locked inside this gilded, comfortable light, and the velvet apart, but the memories I cherish are the works of art. The quiet mornings, the way you held my hand, the perfect moments I can almost not understand. I know the poison running through my veins is sweetened by the shelter from the winter pains. It's safer here where nothing new can start, just the constant slow destruction of my heart. It looks like heaven, but the bars are made of steel, hidden by the velvet touch that I can still feel. I'm trapped inside the ghost of a perfect home, afraid to step outside and truly be alone. This is my velvet cage, where beauty hides the pain. Luxurious prison, built out of pouring rain. It's easy to forget that I'm supposed to run, when every corner reminds me of the love we spun. The cushions are soft, the light is always low, but every gentle whisper tells me not to go. I'm locked inside this gilded, comfortable lie, and the velvet cage won't let my spirit fly. I need to scratch my way through the silk and the dust to find the strength to break the chains of broken trust. But the air is sweet and the memories beckon me near. It's hard to leave the thing you held so dear. Velvet cage, I'm staying. I heard the story circling through the town, the simplified version where I was wearing the crown of the villain, cold and distant, hard to please. You minimize the comfort, maximize the unease. You told them we were fading, slow and weak. You failed to mention all the words you wouldn't speak. You erased the promises made late one night and painted your departure as the only right. You took the chapters we lived side by side and flipped the narrative where the truth had to hide. You edited the footage, cut out all the wrong, making our tragedy sound like a simple fading song. This is your rewritten history, glossy and clean, where every fault is mine and yours is unseen. You made yourself a hero, walking bravely away, leaving me in the footnotes of your brighter day. I searched my memory for the love that felt true, but even I started to doubt if it was ever me and you. You scrubbed the slate clean, changed the timeline's flow, and made the beautiful parts vanish in the snow. I remember anger, shouting on the phone, the devastating feeling of being utterly alone. But in your version, we just gently grew apart, a mutual decision, a quiet broken heart. You forgot the cheating, the late nights, the lies, replaced them with sweet sorrow in your innocent eyes. How dare you modify the pain we both endured, as if the wreckage of our ending can't be cured. You took the chapters we lived side by side and flipped the narrative where the truth had to hide. You edited the footage, cut out all the wrong, making our tragedy sound like a simple fading song. This is your rewritten history, glossy and clean, where every fault is mine and yours is unseen. You made yourself a hero, walking bravely away, leaving me in the footnotes of your brighter day. I searched my memory for the love that felt true, but even I started to doubt if it was ever me and you. You scrubbed the slate clean, changed the timeline's flow, and made the beautiful parts vanish in the snow. Trust the bruises, trust the scars I bear. They are the only proof that what we had was there. I won't let your convenience steal my memory. I live the honest version, wild and painfully free. It happened, I know it happened. It happened, I know it happened. Your history is wrong. The music started something slow and worn, a melody that felt like it was born. We stood apart, bathed in the pale moonlight of the ballroom, or maybe just the kitchen floor. Knowing this performance asked for something more. You bowed politely, held out your hand to me, a gentle gesture of final dignity. We moved in sync, a perfect practice glide, pretending that the truth could still subside. Our hands fit perfectly, just like before, but our hearts were slamming shut the closing door. This is the last dance, played out for an audience of none. The final curtain call for everything we've done. I press my head against your shoulder one last time, a silent promise that this memory will climb into the archives where the sadness is supreme. We sway together, living out the final dream. The steps are flawless, but the emotion is strained. This is the last dance, and nothing is regained. I smelled your cologne, familiar and so deep, the scent I swore I'd always try to keep. I watched your eyes, trying to find a flicker there, a sign of doubt, a sign that you still care. But your expression was kind, distant and serene, like watching a favorite movie on a blank screen. We turned the corner, finished the full rotation, a painful, elegant final declaration. We moved in sync, a perfect practice glide, pretending that the truth could still subside. Our hands fit perfectly, just like before, but our hearts were slamming shut the closing door. This is the last dance, played out for an audience of none. The final curtain call for everything we've done. I pressed my head against your shoulder one last time, a silent promise that this memory will climb into the archives where the sadness is supreme. We sway together, living out the final dream. The steps are flawless, but the emotion is strained. This is the last dance, and nothing is regained. When the song ends, the spell will surely break. There's nothing left to hold, nothing left to take. So let me linger just a second more before you walk me to the closing door. The last dance, the last dance. It's over now. The last dance, it's over now. This track represents the act of letting go of hopes, wishes, and prayers for reconciliation, by metaphoric folding them into a paper boat and sending them out into the water, surrendering the outcome to fate. I found an old map crumpled in one thing, marking all the places where we could have been. The coastline promises, the city dreams we planned, now just vague directions written in the sand. I took the paper smooth and white and stark, and folded every promise into something dark. I creased the edges where our names were signed, leaving all the heavy memories behind. It's not a message, it's not a final plea, it's just a ritual to set the future free. I'm pushing all my burden onto this frail thing, a tiny vessel for the wishes I can cling to bring. Oh, a little paper boat, sail into the blue, carrying the fragments of me and you. I launch you on the current, strong and deep and wide, letting go of every place I used to hide. If fate is kind, you might just find the shore, but I won't wait for you to come back anymore. Go on, paper boat, never look behind, leaving all my longing and my love to find. I knelt beside the river, cold and running fast. It symbolizes time, the future, and the past. I held it tightly one last moment near my heart before accepting that we had to fall apart. I whispered every question that I couldn't ask behind the final, most exhausting mask. I told the boat the secret of my deepest dread, that I'm afraid to live the life we left unsaid. It's not a message, It's not a final plea, it's just a ritual to set the future free. I'm pushing all my burden onto this frail thing, a tiny vessel for the wishes I can cling to bring. Go on the paper boat, sail into the blue, carrying the fragments of me and you. I launch you on the current, strong and deep and wide, letting go of every place I used to hide. If fate is kind, you might just find the shore, but I won't wait for you to come back anymore. Go on, paper boat, and never look behind, leaving all my longing and my love to find. Watch it bob and spin and catch the waters flow, a tiny white surrender heading down below. It's fragile, it's flimsy, it will probably sink, but I'm finally letting go of the need to think. Paper boat, sail away. This short interlude is a moment of pure emotional and physical exhaustion, surrender in a desperate attempt to find stability through the so breathe, inhale the nothing, exhale the pain. Just breathe through the sunshine, through the rain. Ooh. The room is spinning, I can feel my hands. Lost in the wreckage, lost in the sinking sands. But just breathe, inhale the nothing, exhale the pain. Just breathe through the sunshine, through the rain. Ooh. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. This track represents the shift from denial and pain to shattered heart. But the mirror shows the proof, the fighting left behind, the fine lines of worry, the shadow in my mind. We tried to hide the wreckage, cover up the cost, but the price of loving you is permanently embossed. It's not just cuts and bruises, it's a deeper kind of mark, a landscape of survival written in the dark. And I know you carry yours, maybe in your smile, the quiet resignation that lingers for a while. These are the scars we carry, etched into the skin, the permanent reminders of where we let the failure in. They don't bleed anymore, they just remain in trace, the map of every moment in this devastating space. We can't pretend we're whole, we can't erase the past. The damage is done, the shadows were cast. These are the scars we carry, proof we lived and lost, accepting the heavy, agonizing cost. I traced the faint line where I thought I'd finally break, the spot where I realized my mistake. I used to curse the sight of every tiny flaw, but now I see the beauty in escaping the raw. They tell a story of a fire we went through, and though we didn't make it, the story still feels true. It's a strange comfort in knowing I survived the storm, even if the shelter left me bruised and newly born. It's not just cuts and bruises, it's a deeper kind of mark, a landscape of survival written in the dark. And I know you carry yours, maybe in your smile, the quiet resignation that lingers for a while. These are the scars we carry, etched into the skin, the permanent reminders of where we let the failure in. They don't bleed anymore, they just remain in trace, the map of every moment in this devastating space. We can't pretend we're whole, we can't erase the past. The damage is done, the shadows were cast. These are the scars we carry, proof we lived and lost, accepting the heavy, agonizing cost. I will wear them proudly, like a veteran wears their stripes, because surviving you is worth the painful types of memories that fade. Believe their perfect form, protecting me forever from another storm. Scars we carry, history. This final track represents the difficult first step toward a new beginning. The singer finally faces the morning without the former lover, recognizing that life continues, but the sadness still lingers, offering a heavy yet hopeful conclusion. The alarm clock rings exactly 7 a.m., a sound I haven't heard since you condemned our life together, sending me to sleep in the dark hours where the sadness runs deep. But today is different, the curtains are pulled wide, letting in the harsh light I used to hide inside. It's the first morning I chose to greet the day, knowing you are miles and miles away. The air is fresh, the pavement is dry, a beautiful morning beneath the vast blue sky. And though the light is blinding and it hurts my eyes to see, I know the world kept turning even without me. It's the sunrise without you, golden and new and bright, a painful affirmation that I made it through the night. The future stretches out, silent and undefined, a heavy kind of freedom I was afraid to find. I take a breath that doesn't catch inside. of coffee out of habit, slow pull, then pour the second one right down the drain, making myself whole. The silence in the kitchen used to feel like dread. Now it's just a quiet space where healing can be bred. I don't know where I'm going or who I'm meant to be, but the absence of your shadow is surrounding me. I walk outside feeling the warmth upon my face, and though I'm scarred, I finally leave this haunted place. The air is fresh, the pavement is dry, a beautiful morning beneath the vast blue sky. And though the light is blinding and it hurts my eyes to see, I know the world kept turning even without me. It's the sunrise without you, golden and new and bright, a painful affirmation that I made it through the night. The future stretches out, silent and undefined, a heavy kind of freedom I was afraid to find. I take a breath that doesn't catch inside my chest, putting the memory of our broken love to rest. It's the sunrise without you, and I'm still here to stare, a sad solitary triumph of simply being there. I'm not happy yet, the sadness hasn't flown, but for the first time I am standing on my own. The sun is rising, and I'm going to rise too. One small brave step away from thinking just of you. Sunrise.